My most successful video, which has had over 100,000 views this month, is 20 anxiety symptoms explained. And it's not surprising because the physical symptoms of anxiety can be very distressing and actually cause anxiety themselves. In that video, I explained what causes each of these symptoms, but I only covered briefly how to treat them, which some viewers mentioned in the comments. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to treat anxiety symptoms. First, I need to point out that I'm assuming that your symptoms have been confirmed by a doctor as anxiety related, and a physical cause has been ruled out. So let's get started. First, you need to understand some fundamental things about anxiety. 1. Most anxiety symptoms are caused by the release of adrenaline and cortisol. For example, a racing heart is not a heart problem, it's a surge in adrenaline that makes it race. Crawling or burning skin is not a skin problem, but due to cortisol making skin more sensitive. So now you may be thinking, if cortisol is the problem, maybe I need to take supplements that reduce cortisol, or eat foods that reduce cortisol. I had better watch some of those health and nutrition guru videos. But that is not going to help, because fundamental principle 2 is your body automatically releases adrenaline and cortisol if it thinks it's in danger, and there is nothing that you can do to stop that. That's just the way the body works. It does this to help you run from or fight a threat. I know you will find videos about how to stimulate the vagus nerve and activate the parasympathetic nervous system, and maybe that will help a little in the short term. But you want to get rid of the symptoms in the long term. So you need to understand fundamental principle 3. Whatever part of the body is showing the symptom, the cause is not located there. The problem lies in the brain. So, there's something wrong with my brain? Well, yes and no. How your brain works is no different to anyone else's, but due to a number of factors, which could be life experiences, trauma, learnt behaviors from parents, or even personality traits, you have inadvertently trained the part of your brain that deals with threat processing to become oversensitive. So it's triggering adrenaline and cortisol when there is no threat. And that is what is causing all these physical anxiety symptoms. But you might say, I haven't trained my brain to be more sensitive. Why would I do that? Well, you've not been doing it deliberately, but you have been inadvertently, because fundamental principle 4 is your behavior teaches the threat processing part of the brain whether a threat is real or not. So when you get a hot flush, you might open all the windows, put ice on your neck, switch a fan on, or warn your loved ones that you think a panic attack might be starting. All these actions send a message to the threat processing part of the brain that getting hot is a genuine threat. So what does it do? It tells the body to increase adrenaline and cortisol, which causes your temperature to rise. Exactly the opposite of what you were trying to achieve. And your brain also stores this in long-term memory, so any time in the future that you feel hot, it will start preparing to release adrenaline and cortisol. And if you employ the same behaviors again, it reinforces the belief even more, so your sensitivity to heat gets worse and worse. So how do you retrain your brain so that it doesn't do this? Well, you have to change your behaviors. In psychology, these behaviors are called safety behaviors, and they are really hard to stop. But unfortunately, it is the only way. First, you have to practice identifying them and recognizing when you are using them. The safety behaviors that you use may vary depending on which anxiety disorder you have. If you suffer panic attacks, I list common safety behaviors in my series on how to stop panic attacks. There is a link above. If you suffer generalized anxiety disorder, your safety behaviors are probably mainly around reassurance seeking. If it's health anxiety, your safety behaviors probably involve lots of self-checking, Googling, and seeking reassurance from friends, family, and medical professionals. Write down all the safety behaviors that you can think of. Then, each time you notice yourself using one, say to yourself, safety behaviors, or click your fingers, or anything to show that you have spotted one. Do this for at least a week. You will start to realize how often you use them. Then keep a track of how many times you are using them and set a target to reduce them each week. Don't try to reduce them too quickly. The brain has to be retrained slowly, or it will rebel. As you reduce your safety behaviors over the months, the anxiety will reduce, and so will the physical symptoms of anxiety. But what do I do when the symptoms come? This is the hardest part, and you are not going to like the answer. The answer is, accept it. It will pass, and the less you try to suppress it, fight it, cure it, or be rescued from it, the quicker it will pass, and the less frequently you will get that symptom. Of course, if it's something like a headache, then it's okay to take painkillers. And if you have long-term stomach problems, then it's okay to take antacids or antispasm medications. But if it's just feeling hot or shaking, palpitations, a lump in the throat, or brain fog, then try to just accept it until it passes. It will pass. You are not going to stop anxiety or anxiety symptoms overnight. It takes many months. But the principles I've taught you in this video do work. They are evidence-based. So start applying them today, and in time you can beat this. Of course, safety behavior reduction is only one part of anxiety reduction, but you can learn other anxiety reducing tools in my playlists. Just select the playlist for your anxiety disorder. And if you found this video useful, please give me a like. Take care now.